Employment and Workforce Services. And we are so glad tonight to be here talking about the benefit and the value of apprenticeship programming and how there's a pathway into high demand occupations. So what I want to do now is just give way to our president, Dr. Richard Danford, so he can say a few words, and then we'll come back and we will let our guests introduce themselves to us as they begin to speak.
Oh, great. Thank you, Julia, and good evening to all of our participants and certainly those who are joining us. I want to welcome you to the Jacksonville Urban League and just the wonderful work that has been done by the Jacksonville Urban League and its associates. We're thankful for the partnership with Miller Electric and during this COVID situation. We know how important it is that people have the skill sets that they need in order for them to acquire the employment that they need, the livable wages that they need, and certainly a way to help improve their quality of life. So again, welcome to all of you. We look forward to the discussion. And thank you, Julia Henry Wilson, for your leadership with this town hall.
Thank you so much, Dr. Danford. I appreciate it. And Dr. Danford, can you say a little bit about the project that you were doing a little earlier so our panelists may not know about it? And it is a wonderful project for our veterans.
Oh, yes, we're preparing for tomorrow. I'm here at the LaVilla Center. The LaVilla Center houses the Wall of Honor, Service, and Patriotism that's dedicated to African-American men and women veterans who participated in all of the wars in defense of our country. We're talking about from 1812 to present. So I want to invite all of you, if you have not seen the wall, to stop by. Tomorrow we will have the Vet Center bus here, and those professionals that will be here to provide some assistance to veterans who may stop by. From 12:30 to 1, we will have a Zoom where we will participate in some healing activities because we know that many of our veterans continue to be affected by PTSD, and because of COVID and other issues, their families now are being, there's a lot of stress on families. So we're looking at ways that we can help heal these families. So we invite you all out tomorrow. Thank you, Julia, for that shout out. Appreciate it.
Okay, Thank you so much. So we're going to get right into our discussion tonight. And I found some information that has a perception out there in the public. And so what we want to do, one of the goals of this program tonight or this town hall is to dispel that myth. And the myth is that the American society equate a 4-year degree to career success and stability. And it says apprenticeship programs are mistakenly viewed as culturally inferior and occupationally limiting. Workers are unfamiliar with the range of occupations, educational requirements, and salaries associated with apprenticeship programs. And we know that our panelists tonight are going to dispel that myth because apprenticeship programs are on the rise. And so we'll learn about a lot of apprenticeship programs that you will be able to contact the individual who's providing the information for you, that individual employer, that training program that's provided the information for you tonight, or you can contact the Jacksonville Urban League and I can get you in touch with our partners that are the apprenticeship gurus. So they definitely have that information. And hopefully at the end of this, the impact will be that businesses are aware of the benefits of apprenticeship programs that apprenticeship graduates can provide. So what we're going to do is let our guests introduce themselves as they get ready to make their presentation. So we're going to start with Mr. Tim Henson, and we're going to let him introduce himself, and then he's going to give you his information. Welcome, Tim.
Oh, thank you, ma'am. Thank you. My name is Tim Henson. I work for Miller Electric Company. and I'm a trustee on the Electrical Training Alliance, which is a 5-year electrical apprenticeship program. I've worked for Miller for, this is my 30th year, and I've been a trustee for about 10 or 12 years over there. So we are glad to be here, and I do want to dispel some of those myths about apprenticeship versus a college degree. I think there is some misinformation or just lack of general information about apprenticeships. So I think this is a good forum for people to find out about what's out there and the potential that people can make as a career.
Okay. I know that you brought a short video. So do you want your video to show now, or you'll let us know when you want your video to be shown?
Oh yeah, if we're going to go ahead and start, if we could play that. And I also want to introduce Katie and Kiri. She's with us tonight as well. She's my partner, and she's with the National Electrical Contractors Association, which is a kind of a parent organization of the Electrical Training Alliance. But we do a lot of recruiting. So she's here with us as well. So if we could play the video, that'd be awesome.
Okay. So one of our interns is going to assist us in the video.
Can you see this? Can you see the video?
Yeah, we see the screen.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Katie Kiri, the Executive Director of the North Florida chapter of the National Electrical Contractors Association. As you start thinking about career choices, I wanted to tell you about an exciting opportunity at the Electrical Training Alliance that you may find interesting. The ETA prepares people just like you to become electricians, and no prior experience is needed because we teach you everything you need to know about electrical work. What do electricians do, you may ask? Well, they install all of the lights, switches, and outlets that you need to charge your phones, operate your computers, cool your homes and schools, and provide electricity for anything else that needs power. We work in hospitals, paper mills, offices, data centers, and we even did the electrical work for the Jaguars Stadium. The ETA is a state-registered apprenticeship program, which means that it is a combination of formal training coupled with on-the-job experience. This 5-year program teaches you how to work on a project like the Jaguars Stadium or any other facilities we typically work at. So what does it take to become an apprentice? You have to be 18 years old and be ready to work full-time. You will need at least 1 credit of high school algebra, plus take an aptitude test, and then you'll be selected for an interview. Then, if you're accepted, you'll be assigned to one of our participating electrical contractors to start working full-time and getting paid for it. Then, 2 evenings a week, you'll go to class here at our facility, where you will learn about electrical theory, how to use tools, safety, and you will do hands-on practice in our labs. After you complete the 5-year program, you will become a qualified electrician, where you can work anywhere in the US, since your ETA credentials are accepted nationwide. So what's the benefit to you becoming an electrician? First, when you graduate from the apprenticeship, you will do so without any college debt or student loans because the tuition is free. You will have earned a free education that results in you making the equivalent of a college graduate, but without having to pay off the student debt. And you have been working and getting paid during your training, so you will be that far ahead, being able to pay your bills throughout your training. Also, from the very start of your training, you will receive full health insurance and a retirement contribution by your employer.
Electrical equipment shall be installed in a neat and workmanlike manner.
You will also receive college credits for completing the apprenticeship that you can use towards a degree. Florida State College at Jacksonville will award you 30 college credits towards an associate's degree, and Valdosta State University will award you over 40 credits towards a bachelor's. So you can see there are a lot of advantages in joining our apprenticeship program, including great pay and benefits, challenging work experiences, learning a trade, college credits, and a tuition-free training program. But this is just the start of a fantastic career. You can use your training and work experience to move up and become an electrician, a supervisor, a project manager, or even own your own business. There are many paths you can take once you complete our training program. We are looking for young men and women like you who want a challenge and to be part of an exciting industry. You can go to www.etajax.org for more details. Please consider the Electrical Training Alliance and a career as an electrician as you're thinking through your career options.
What do you think about that? That's a good video, isn't it?
That's a fantastic video. So it's giving me information that I did not know prior to, when you see persons that's doing electrical work, you just assume they know it, not even thinking about the process that they have to go through in order to become an electrician.
I
Yeah.
see you have quite a bit of equipment, new equipment, the computers and other technology there.
Yeah, well,
in those
we have to
classes.
because the technology changes so much, especially in building management systems and just all the technology that we use, that our customers use. We have to stay up with it. So we have a pretty good investment in computers and trainers. I think at the end, the one scene at the end there, you saw some motor control trainers. So we have to do that to keep our people, on top where we can service our customers. So if I can, I'll just hit a few highlights. I think
Okay,
the video
please.
is very comprehensive.
Okay.
But and you're right. Most people don't think about being an electrician as a career, and so we see a lot of people whose sons come into the trade. It's through family or whatever, or neighbors or something like that. So what we want to do though is we want to push out this opportunity citywide because it's a great paying job, and we want to have all kinds of people come. So anyways, it's a 5-year program, which seems like a lot, but it's what we do is apprenticeship, comes from the Middle Ages, but apprenticeship involves classroom training, which you saw with our classroom and our labs, and then on the job training. The two of them have to go together. So that's what a registered apprenticeship is. We have a classroom element and an on the job element. So what we do is if you get accepted, we hire you. We have about 10 companies, 10 electrical companies. Miller's one of them who I work for, Mardant, Cogburn Electric, White Electric, and some others. We give you a job with one of those companies. And so you're assigned to one of their job sites during the day, 5 days a week, full-time job, earn while you learn. You're on the job learning from a veteran electrician and how to do it safely and how to do it right. And then 2 nights a week, you come to our school, which you saw in the video, and you learn about the theory, the National Electrical Code, you work in our labs and that kind of stuff. So it's a combination of on the job and classroom experience. So after 5 years, when you graduate, 5 years does seem like a long time, but it takes a long time to become a qualified electrician. So let me just hit the pay scales, because that's what people are interested in. The work is one thing, but I'm all about the money. I want the money. So tell me about the money. So I'm gonna do that. A first-year apprentice, if you get accepted, makes $15 an hour in your pocket. On top of that, you get full health insurance and you get a retirement contribution by the contractors. That's above and beyond the $15 an hour. The $15 an hour is what's in your check. So first year is $15 an hour. I got all the rates here. Second year, you go up to $16.51 an hour. Third year, you're making $18 an hour. Fourth year is $21.01 an hour. The fifth year, last year of school, $24 an hour. And then when you graduate in what we call is a journeyman level, when you get out of the school, you make $30 an hour. And that's about $60,000 to $62,000 a year in your pocket. Plus, you're still getting the full health insurance for you and your immediate family for free. There's no contribution on your part, and the retirement contribution that's free, that the contractor's putting in there for you. So that's about an $80,000 plus package when you talk about that. And that's just working 40 hours. And in our industry, we have to work a lot of evenings and weekends because we work at hospitals and places that you can't do it during the day. So we have people that makes $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 a year in overtime. That's available as well. But just 40 hours a week, just working 40 hours, that's over $60,000 a year. And a registered apprenticeship cannot charge tuition. So there is no cost. You don't have to get a student loan for our program. It's paid for as well by the contractor. So you do have to buy your books, but the tuition is paid for. So when you graduate from our program, you will not have had to have a student loan that was paid for you on your behalf. And then you've been working for 5 years. So you've been making money the whole time, making good money, especially in your third, fourth, and fifth year, from $18 to $24 an hour. And then of course, when you graduate, being an electrician, $30 an hour. That's guaranteed. That's what our pay scale is right now.
Well, I think that is fantastic. So I'm hoping that our public that's out there listening to us on Facebook will seriously consider being a part of an apprenticeship program. And I know that our relationship together, along with Katie, is definitely to help recruit those individuals, high school, like you said, age 18 and older, in order for them to be interested in this resurgence of apprenticeship programs so that they can get some on-the-job skills. And there are benefits to being a part of an apprenticeship program. So Katie, did you have anything that you wanted to share?
Well, I just want to touch on, if you finish out the apprenticeship, you're set up to have a great career as a journeyman electrician. But in the same way that when you finish college, we like to think of that as your next starting line, that's what it is when you finish apprenticeship too. So you're set up now, once you achieve that, with the knowledge to become a foreman, a supervisor, a city inspector. There are so many roles that if you're willing to attend some of the educational courses, and the way that ours specifically is set up has a huge network. So a lot of that you can do as long as you're willing to come on Saturdays or weekends. You can attend courses for free. But if you're willing to put in the time and continue learning throughout your adult life too, you can really propel yourself over the course of a 30-year, 50-year career. And apprenticeship is so great because, again, we're looking at the old school way of things, where we're still setting you up to eventually retire one day, to go back, be with your family, have taken care of them along the way, but then also enjoy those golden years when you get to them.
Fantastic. So apprenticeship is the way to go. So that way, that golden year will be already set. So,
It really is.
Exactly.
okay.
Because like I'm almost 90, it seems like. And so I'm
Ah, okay.
close to retiring. And I got a big old pot of money waiting on me that's been accumulating. And I haven't contributed a penny to that. You know, you got your 401ks, and there's things where some employees contribute at their company, but ours has been 100% contributed by the contractor I work for. And you can't beat it. You cannot beat it.
Fantastic, fantastic. I know that our interns are assisting by monitoring the chat, but I just wanted to say that Katie, Mary Hammond from HBI came into the chat and asked for y'all contact information. So if y'all want to type it in, you can. If not, I can always forward it, you know, after this session or sometime tomorrow.
Sure, I'll put both mine and Tim's in there.
Okay, okay, thank you. Okay, so that was fantastic. So we're gonna move right along. And as a matter of fact, well, there's Mary now, I see her, but we're gonna move right along, and I'm not gonna call names, but if you want to go ahead, the next company, if you wanna go ahead and start your presentation for the apprenticeship conversation, please go ahead and do so.
HBI will go ahead and go. My name is Mary Hammonds. I'm the National Placement Manager for the Home Builders Institute. And I have with me Steve Brown, who is on this call with me. And so I just wanted to let you know there are we are the Military Services Division, and Steve's division will be accepting students who are veterans, and we accept students who are transitioning military. So we accept both. Both of our programs can accept both, just different contracts. That's all it is. We are a nonprofit organization, and I do have a short video and a presentation that I'd like to show. Julia, do I have the ability to show that, to share my screen?
Okay, we can call on our interns to help us out. I'm not that savvy with that piece, so we have some interns from the Center for Advocacy and Social Justice, and they're going to assist us.
Okay, I think I have it. So let me find the video.
Okay.
Okay, so I think I have it here. Let me share it. Let me hit play.
Okay. Mary, we don't have the sound.
Oh, no.
When you do the sharing, you should, there's a little box at the bottom left of the video that if you go back to sharing on the Zoom,
Yes, okay.
you'll see a box that says enhance video or something like that.
Enhance,
When you go to screen share,
share sound. Got it.
yeah, there you go.
Okay. Sorry about that.
No
All right, so
problem.
let me
It's
start.
been made by the hands
There
of
we go.
skilled men and
Can you hear
women
it?
in pursuit of an honest day's work.
And full screen, please.
In recent years, demands have grown, but the workforce has diminished.
The most challenging part of my
Alright.
job is finding the talent pool
There you go.
who have the carpentry background in order to do the job that we do here.
Challenge accepted. The Home Depot Foundation and the Home Builders Institute have joined forces with our veterans to do what they have always done. Get to work.
The goal of these transitioning service programs that we have through our partnership with the Home Depot Foundation is to train the transitioning service member before they get out of the military so that they can fill the gap of the labor shortage in the construction industry.
I know a lot of people, they're scared of getting out of the Army because they don't know if they're gonna be ready for that. This program is very important.
The most satisfying thing to me is actually seeing that veteran get all the components given to him through us. Basically, we enroll them, we certify them, and we place them into a job.
It's already a stressful time in your life. You're worried about finding a job. You're worried about transitioning to the next part of your life, getting this education and knowledge, skills, and abilities cost-free is wonderful.
They have a transition program in the military, and it's great, but it doesn't give you everything that you're looking for as far as an individual. What we're giving them now is 12 weeks of training, 12 weeks of a new life. And by the time they're done and they get ready to graduate, they have a new career.
I wanted to make this happen because I wanted to make sure that my family was going to be able to eat in the future. Home Builders Institute and Home Depot was going to give me that leg up.
Home Depot is doing a great service, not only to the veteran, but also to the country. And we definitely would like more HBI candidates.
Committing $50 million to train 20,000 skilled tradespeople. Veterans, we are proud to invest in you.
So that's our video. We are sponsored by the Home Depot Foundation, and I have a short presentation that I would like to share. Let me see if I can get it into presentation mode. There we go. So we are considered a national leader for career training and job placement in the building industry. Our overall placement success rate is about 90% placement. So the students who come into our program, I have a bigger problem filling the job leads that the employers send to me than I do with actually finding jobs for the students. That is my biggest challenge. I have too many job leads and not enough students. So we are always enrolling for new students. We have 8 cohorts a year, and it is for, like I said, for transitioning military members and for veterans. And we also accept students who are looking to, who have a spouse or a dependent. We accept spouses and dependents of veterans or transitioning military members as well. The Virginia pilot in Norfolk recently recognized our program as a leading CSP program for transitioning military members to receive realistic civilian training in a skilled trade. And basically what that means is that our programs are designed to be realistic, and it mimics what it's like to work on a job. So our program is designed so that when you come into our program, your rank is left at the door. It's great that you have worked really hard to get to where you're at in the military, and we thank you for your service. But when you come into the civilian world, our job is to train you for that transition. So we try to make our program as lifelike and as realistic as possible. So everyone is equal. So the instructor will serve as the person who is like the business owner. He will hire a quote unquote superintendent, a person who might be serving as the a foreman in this position. So we will have those people in place, and they will run the classroom, if you will. If somebody's out, our students have to check in. As far as in the morning, they have to clock in, like they're going to clock in at a job. They clock out in the afternoon. And when they leave, they go to lunch. It's very realistic. And we also do this by, we network with various employers throughout the United States. It's not just in Jacksonville, we're all over the country. So if we have somebody in another area that is looking to transition out of not just Jacksonville, but if a veteran wants to move to another area, we can help them with that too, once they complete our program. These are some of the companies that we have partnered with in the past and currently partner with now, who have hired some of our students. And we, as you can see, they're all over the country, not just locally, but they're everywhere. So our pre-apprenticeship certificate of training is what the student will earn once they have graduated, and is one of only 3 pre-apprenticeship curricula approved by the United States Department of Labor. It integrates work-based learning, which we just talked about, and career technical and academic skills training. We talk about job readiness, employability skills, career development, life skills, and hands-on training. Employability skills portion is basically where we help them with their resumes, we help them with interviewing skills, we help them with everything that they need to get ready to start their job in this industry, the building industry. Our instructors have a minimum of 7 years experience. And when I say minimum, that is the very minimum. The majority of our instructors are retired business owners from construction companies. So they're very well versed and they're very well qualified for these positions. Our trained regional career development coordinators provide job search assistance to graduates and to students. And we also focus to prepare students to work in the construction industry. And our job is to help them be successful. If our students are not successful, then we're not successful. Our student to instructor ratio in Jacksonville is 14:1. Other bases, our other programs are, the student ratio is a little bit lower due to COVID. Our programs all across the board are 12 weeks long. In Jacksonville, we are currently offering 12 weeks of HVAC training and 12 weeks of carpentry and plumbing training. We also offer employment assistance, but that's only for industry related positions. So if they want to go into HVAC, or if they want to go into carpentry or plumbing, we can certainly help them. The best thing is that there's no cost to enter our program. We don't charge anything. The Home Depot Foundation pays 100%. And under Steve's contract, his contract is covered 100% as well. So our students don't pay anything. We cover their tuition, we cover their uniforms, they get brand new safety boots, and they keep all that. We cover their tools while they're in the program. They don't pay for any of that. When they graduate, they get a brand spanking new set of tools to take with them to use on the first day of the job. So when that employer says, hey, I want you to come work for me, then they can start that job and they don't have to worry about doing any kind of scrambling to say, okay, where am I going to come up with $500 to pay for these tools? They have all that. They're ready to go to work. And we have the graduates who are going to work all throughout the United States. So our transitioning military program, our steps of service are, we're going to connect with the student. We're going to assess where they're at, how much they know. We're going to train them on the things they don't know. We're going to certify them. They get an OSHA 10 certification, and then we're going to help them find a job in that field when they graduate. These are some of the projects that they've worked on. We teach them framing, we teach them roofing, we teach, some of our programs are teaching electrical, and then some of our programs have built tiny houses. Up in Georgia at our Fort Stewart program, they built a tiny house and donated it to their tiny house community that their local mayor had started initiative for their homeless population. So it was a great day when I was there, when they brought the semi in to pick up the to pick up the tiny house for the homeless. It was awesome. Everybody was cheering and clapping. It was great. So this is my contact information. Again, my name is Mary Hammonds, and I'm the National Placement Manager for HBI. My email is on here and my phone number is here. So if anyone is interested in attending, or if you know someone that would be interested in attending, please don't hesitate to reach out to myself, and Steve, I'm sure, can type in his contact information as well. And we'll be happy to get you directed in the right direction to join the right program. So thank you very much for allowing us to be a part of this. We're excited.
Thank you very much, Mary. I noticed Ricky was not on here tonight because Ms. Finley, myself, and Dr. Danford has been knowing Ricky Lewis for quite a few years. He was on the video. And so I know that there has been some collaboration with HBI in terms of doing some things right here at the Jacksonville Urban League many, many years ago. So definitely appreciate the partnership. And I just met Mary, what, a few months ago?
Yes,
I was invited to one of the graduations. And I'm glad you said something about the tools, because it's so exciting to see them get their tools at the end of the program and on their way out the door, you know, for instead of a certificate or an associate's degree, they get this big brand new, you know, set of tools that they can utilize, and even to start their own businesses. So a lot of times they start their business as opposed to going to work. So I learned that tidbit, you know, at the graduation ceremony. So thank you so much, Mary. Thank you for joining us tonight. And of course, we'll be talking real soon. Dennis, Mary is at HBI, the location that you're planning to go to one of those graduations real soon. So Dennis has definitely said he wanted to attend one of the graduations. Okay.
Oh, awesome. We got one coming up March 26th. So email me.
All right, that will work. Okay, so we're going to move on to the next person who wants to speak about their program. I noticed that I'm so sorry, Katie. Debbie Savage is on the line, and she is from Publix. So if she can speak to us about the apprenticeship at Publix.
Hey, good evening. Thank you so much for allowing us to participate. I have with me Drake Stevens, who's another staffing specialist. So we have something that's a little untraditional from what we're talking about this evening, because our career paths are at our retail locations for baker apprentice, cake decorator apprentice, and meat cutter apprentice that actually can lead to management positions in our store. So if I can share my screen, I do have a short little presentation I would like to do. I'm going to go ahead and bring that up right now. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. So at Publix, our mission is to be the premier quality food retailer in the world. To that end, we commit to be passionately focused on customer value, intolerant of waste, dedicated to the dignity, value, and employment security of our associates, devoted to the highest standards of stewardship for our stockholders, and involved as responsible citizens in our community. So today, obviously we just went over our mission statement. We're going to talk about our apprenticeship positions, how they lead to a progression path with Publix, and then how to apply. So learning a trade at Publix. So something that's really unique about us is that we have 3 different trade programs of meat cutting, decorating, and baking. And no experience is required with our apprenticeship program. So the positions I just said are, they're going to be the positions that lead to management. So everyone that starts in one of those positions, in most cases, are going to start in our apprenticeship programs, and they lead to management with Publix, not just department manager, but actually assistant store manager and store manager. So in our bakery department, we have a baker apprentice and a decorator apprentice. We have part-time and full-time positions. Our pay scale starts at $11.55 for part-time and goes up to $16.50 for part-time. For full-time, I apologize. So in that department, we're going to teach candidates or associates once they get hired in at Publix the tips and tricks on how to bake from scratch baking, baking breads, rolls, and then there's some par bake items that come in on our trucks, and then decorating cakes. You're going to take the cakes and the pastries that come in, and you're going to decorate them and make them the centerpiece of everyone's gatherings that are going to happen. So it's just really kind of a unique thing that we do there. And then our baker and cake decorators, we'll talk about in a minute, once they get promoted throughout the department, they can go to managers. I do have a quick little video just kind of showing one of our cake decorators decorating a cake. And this is a skill that she came to Publix and learned to become a cake decorator. And this is something that she does. It's like kind of one of her routine tasks that she does daily. So it's just an example of one of the great cakes that Miss Rachel makes every day. Next up, we're going to talk about our meat and seafood department. In this department, our meat cutter apprentices, they're going to come in and they're going to learn everything from starting off on what we call the block, where they take a full primal and they cut down a meat from like your beef to making steaks, short ribs. They do the same thing. They cut down to make tenderloins and for pork, chicken, and beef. So it's a meat cutter apprentice. Part-time starts off at $11.55 an hour and full-time goes up to $17.25 an hour. We do also have a video that shows this gentleman cutting some pork. This is the inset picture is what it looks like when it's done before he gets ready to wrap it up to put it out on the sales floor for our customers. And much like our cake decorator, Rachel, that we just showed, this gentleman came into Publix and learned how to be a meat cutter. And obviously the video was sped up a little bit, but he's very quick, very thorough, and he processes meat all day long. And he learned everything right at Publix, coming in off the street, and became a meat cutter apprentice and worked his way up to a meat cutter. So the progression path at Publix for these apprentice positions are as you start off as an apprentice, and then you get promoted to, for the meat department, a meat cutter. And then from there, you can, once you've been in the position for at least 6 months. So I did want to mention that our apprenticeship program is a minimum of 6 months for our associates. So in a matter of 6 months, you can get promoted to what we call the position leading to management for meat cutter, baker, or cake decorator. And then once you're in that role and then you are successful and you have been, you can then ROI after 6 months, which is registering your interest to become an assistant department manager in either the meat department or the bakery department, whichever one you have the skill set in, if you're a baker, a cake decorator, or a meat cutter. And then once you're an assistant bakery manager for at least a year, you can then register your interest to become a bakery manager. So our assistant department managers, the salary, actually we just had an increase. It is around $55,000. Our department managers make around $84,000. And the real amazing thing about Publix is all of our department managers for our meat department and our bakery department, they can actually become assistant store managers and store managers. So in our assistant store managers, average salary is $96,000 a year, and our store managers is around $137,000 a year. I mean, all of this to say that they didn't have any experience when they came in. So we have store managers right now. They came in off the street. They started in the meat department or the bakery department as apprentices and worked their way up. It's a lot of hard work, and it took quite some time, depending upon the area. But they definitely can make a long-lasting career at Publix. So we do invite anyone that's interested to connect with us on social media. You can apply for jobs at Publix at apply.publix.jobs. And then we have our contact information. And so I did actually include our contact information for all of the staffing specialists in the Florida landscape. And then our website here. And then should you have anyone that's interested in our corporate or warehousing or manufacturing, that information is over on the bottom right-hand side of the screen. But candidates are definitely feel free to reach out to Drake or myself with any questions. We're here to help. Maybe you're not interested in an apprenticeship program. Maybe you're more along the lines of warehousing. We're here for you. It's just important to us that candidates know the great opportunities available to them at Publix. I'm gonna go. Thank you so much for allowing us to be here today and talk to your candidates.
Okay, thank you so much. I've learned a lot. Not that I want to be a cake decorator, but I would sample a slice just in case. So
I got you. Me too, right? I love it.
Right. So definitely appreciate our partnership with Publix. And we actually have partnerships with everybody that's on the line, and definitely appreciative of those partnerships and the ongoing relationships that we have, that we continue to have. So I know that some of our participants could not make it tonight. So is there someone else on the line that wants to share your apprenticeship program information that I may have missed? I know we were supposed to have a representation from Jacksonville Job Corps and DK Thompson Construction, as well as ACI, which is formerly LeaderQuest, because they are cybersecurity. And I was not thinking about cybersecurity as an apprenticeship program, but I guess it is, because you do have to learn, get in there and learn that trade and make sure that you're, a professional at it. And so definitely want to, have our partnership with them. We met them when they were LeaderQuest, and they were working with veterans. And so we had a veteran here at the Jacksonville Urban League from their IT program that they did. So it was, definitely have that relationship with ACI, now formerly LeaderQuest. So do anybody, I see there's maybe some questions. I know there's a lot of information in the chat box. So are there any questions in the chat box that any of our candidates can answer, or our candidates? Oh, no, we can't hire you here at the Jacksonville Urban League, but we can definitely continue to partner with you and recruit persons that you can hire. So definitely want to make sure that takes place. I saw a question that popped up. It had something to do with transportation. I'm pretty sure I saw a question like that, but we do not have anyone on tonight from transportation. But what I would like to be able to do is to continue these conversations as we go forward in the future, and make sure as we're recruiting persons for each particular program or each apprenticeship opportunity, that perhaps on a quarterly basis that we can come back together and see how some of our persons that we have referred to the apprenticeship program is doing. Of course, want to be able to come to their graduation and help to celebrate their success. So definitely, do any of our candidates, I don't know why I keep saying candidates, but do any of our panelists have anything else you want to add about your apprenticeship program?
Well, I'd just like to say that as you heard all of these, all the presentations, you can see that this is more than just a job. This isn't a dead-end job. There's a pathway, as Katie talked about. So I think that this is a viable career for a lot of people. Whether you went to college or didn't go to college, we take everybody. But if you haven't been to college, we have we have a tuition reimbursement program. We get college credits for our program, but irregardless of that, you don't need a college degree to be an electrician. I don't think you need a college degree to be a meat cutter, and I don't think you need a college degree to be a store manager. But those are good paying jobs, as you saw from the Publix presentation. That's some good money, and that's a good career. And Publix is going to be around. They're not going anywhere. My company's been in business since 1928. Our apprenticeship school's been in existence since 1946. So these are long-term industries, so to speak. And we're not the only ones too. I also like to mention the plumbers and pipe fitters. They have an apprenticeship. There's a carpentry apprenticeship. So there's other things out there that, say, if you don't want to do electrical work or you don't want to be a meat cutter, but maybe you like plumbing, there's a little something out there for everyone, you know. And they're out there. They're in Jacksonville. All these different trades have schools in Jacksonville. So the opportunity is out there. You just got to go get it.
The opportunity is definitely there. In my research, I found where President Barack Obama in 2014 and 2015 gave $175,000 toward apprenticeship, $1 million, I'm sorry, toward apprenticeship programs. I saw you, Tim, your eyes kind of like, oh, she must have said the wrong number. And I definitely did. So $175 million toward the resurgence of the apprenticeship program. And I have a little statement here. It says, since the president's 2014 State of the Union call to action, the U.S. has added more than 75,000 new apprenticeships, the largest increase in nearly a decade. So definitely apprenticeships are back on the rise and, you know, alive and well here in the city of Jacksonville, Florida. And we are so proud to be a part of that apprenticeship stream. So we are looking, partnering with the persons that are on this call tonight so that we can help to recruit young people. And it's not to say that we're not going to recruit the middle age and the older, but definitely the young people, to let them know what valuable skills that they can acquire by going through an apprenticeship program. And it also says, President Obama also said, job-driven apprenticeships are among the surest pathways to provide American workers from all backgrounds with the skills and knowledge they need to acquire good paying jobs and grow the economy. So it's a twofold process. You'll get, you know, the great job that you need, you'll get the skills that you need, you'll get the great job, as well as give back to the community and give back to the economy. So I think it's a great opportunity for anyone to be a part of an apprenticeship program. And that's what we're striving for, is to work with our partners to make sure that we're recruiting persons that actually want to be a part of apprenticeship. Tim and Katie, I know that we talked about an apprenticeship boot camp. Can you say something about that, the electrical piece, the electrical component?
Yeah, I mean, we have the opportunity to provide a math boot camp as preparation to get into the apprenticeship. We do offer, high school pre-apprenticeships in several schools in the area, but we also have an adult pre-apprenticeship that meets in the evenings. So we have two pre-apprenticeships going on right now for adults. So that's a 6-month program that allows you to kind of get indoctrinated into what the trade is about. You learn some of the basic theory and the code, and it gives you a really good idea what electrical work as a career could be. So that's a good option as well. And there's no cost to the participant for that either. So we have different things that we can do, you know, depending on the audience, you know, depending on the need.
Yeah, definitely. And we're planning to partner by holding an on-site, the on-site boot camp concept, as well as a recruitment fair at our Fort Caroline Empowerment Center. So we're moving out into the Arlington community to help recruit persons in the Arlington community that may be interested in apprenticeship programs. So we'll be releasing a date for those events pretty soon. And we've also offered that to Publix, as well as we're going to offer that to HBI as well, so that we can do some on-site as well as virtual recruitment efforts and opportunities to try to get, you know, to ensure that persons are aware of the advantages and the benefits of apprenticeship programming. So I think with our presentation tonight that we have dispelled the myth that it was found for the Franklin Apprenticeships .com. It's a company that, you know, does great studies and try to find out what's going on about different, you know, occupations throughout the city and throughout the world. So I think that we have dispelled that myth, that the American Society equates a 4-year degree to career success and stability as opposed to an apprenticeship program. And I do believe that the impact now is that businesses are much more aware of the benefits that apprenticeship programs can provide. And definitely the graduates, the persons that graduate from that will be definitely an asset and a benefit to their company. So I wanted to go back and ask, and I know I did not do this up front, is to let the technical people help us, that's helping us out tonight, to introduce themselves and to give us a little bit about themselves and to see if you had any questions for any of the panelists. So I would like for our technical assistants to share with us.
Well, Julia, I've been doing a little technical work, so I'll take a minute.
Okay, thank you.
I did want to give a plug for our Jacksonville Urban League Economic Empowerment Center, because any of these apprentices who get into these programs can go to the Economic Empowerment Center and enter our entrepreneurship program and begin to learn how to start their own business. So electricians, plumbers, carpenters, they all can create their own business. So that even as they're working through their apprenticeship and working with another company, they can begin to put it together and actually become a partner of that company going forward. So it's a great opportunity. There are classes that are being given even as we speak. There's an academy for business startup. And so if you just get in touch with Julia, she can provide you with the information. And I think we'll try to put something in chat before we close as to the best person to get in touch with.
Okay, definitely. What I would like to do is, I see Centauria Thomas. She is a longtime partner with the Jacksonville Urban League, and Centauria actually, one of her many jobs is at Job Corps. And so she works with the students at Job Corps. So Centauria, can you tell us a little bit about some of the programs at Job Corps?
Sure, can everybody hear me?
Yes.
All right, well, as Ms. Henry Wilson said, I do have a lot of jobs, but my primary job, I'm the outreach specialist for the Jacksonville Job Corps. The Jacksonville Job Corps, a lot of people don't know, but the Jacksonville Job Corps actually has been in the city of Jacksonville for 45 years. We were actually a couple of blocks north of where Urban League is right now, where the original Jewish Family Center was. And we moved to our current spot next to First Tee about 20 years ago. Job Corps, the Jacksonville Job Corps actually is right now, we're number 20 in production and accomplishment compared to the other, because all of us, we're ranked. So out of 127 Job Corps in the United States, we're number 20. And in the Jacksonville Job Corps, the disciplines that we service are hard trades such as HVAC, electrical, facilities maintenance, materials handling, and electrical carpentry. We also have computer tech, office administration, and then we have a CMA, CNA, and a pharmaceutical tech program. Now with the hard trades that Tim and everyone has been talking about, they're awesome. And they provide great job fairs for our young people. And a lot of our young people, they'll leave Job Corps and then they'll transition over to those programs because Job Corps starts at the age of 16. We work with young people between the ages of 16 and 25. And as opposed to what a lot of people assume, no, Job Corps is not just for those students. Job Corps is for young people through the Department of Labor. You pay for it through your taxes that need assistance, that provide certifications in areas that are in need. Jacksonville has always been a vocational heavy city. Jacksonville has always been a city you could get a degree or not, and you could be very much successful. In my own family, my father and grandfather both worked vocational jobs and were paid a lot more than my mother and my grandmother who had a whole bunch of degrees. This is how this works in the city of Jacksonville. So you have those options to be able to be a labor ready person. and be very successful. Just like Tim said, electrical and carpentry are those two industries that have unions and they have pensions, and the kids, our young people who go into the carpentry union or the electrical union, because we're part of the union. Our program has this liaison between the unions here in Jacksonville. As soon as they leave our program, they tap right into their pension and they're able to retire young. So Job Corps is a great option for young people. We allow them to receive their high school diploma. We allow them to get a driver's license. And we're an open campus with dormitories. So we have a male and female dormitories. We have access to 179 beds at any given time. And then we assist with about 300 kids who are in the city of Jacksonville, but not necessarily from the city of Jacksonville. They come from all over, from Ethiopia to Kentucky. We have kids from all over the world who feed into our programming. So if you know of any young people who are in need of doing something productive, they actually get paid to be a part of Job Corps. And that's our biggest disconnect, is them understanding that in the real world of education, you usually pay for it. They don't pay you for it. So our young people kind of get in that whole wagon wheel, and in some cases, like doing electrical trade or doing the carpentry program, it continues itself phenomenally. But traditionally, when you take an educational class, you have to pay for it. But we provide housing. The students are paid every 2 weeks, just like a job. We call them our student employees. They have paid work-based learning opportunities and internships closer to the end of their internship. And then we have a bunch of people that help them exit out of the program into jobs, into the military, and go into AmeriCorps or FEMA Corps or different other corps, because this is Job Corps. We're part of the core family of the Department of Labor. So it's an awesome program. We've been in Jacksonville for 45 years, but we've been around for 75 years in the United States. Again, if you know of anyone, young people who are looking to jumpstart their life off in a good way, or if any of the businesses that on here, I'm going to call, all of y'all are going to get a call at some point within the next 7 to 10 days to see how we can partner up and make this happen. If you need some young, fresh, ready to work young people, give me a call. And Ms. Julia has all my information. Thank you for your time.
Thank you so much, Centauria, very, very much. We've been working together for quite a few years, and long before I met Centauria, she was working and partnering with other center managers here at the Jacksonville Urban League. So a long time relationship with her and some of her other jobs, as well as her job, most recently with Job Corps. So definitely appreciate our continued relationship and your working with the young people. I did a summer camp, and Centauria worked for me in my summer camp many, many years ago as the lead person running the camp itself. So I may be calling you again, if you have a little bit free time, this summer, as a matter of fact. So definitely want to keep those relationships going. So I want to segue back to our the interns from that awesome Center for Advocacy and Social Justice who are on the call tonight that's assisting us. So if you can introduce yourselves and tell us a little bit about yourself.
They may be a little shy, so I'll ask.
Okay,
I'll call them out. They probably don't want to jump. So Sawana, why don't you introduce yourself?
Good evening. My name is Sawana Janvier, and I am currently a 2L at Florida A&M University College of Law. Just super excited to be able to contribute and help. And I think that's it.
All right. Okay.
And she's been helpful in providing some research for Julia and doing work for us in our community organizer for education program. Keziah?
Hi, everyone. I'm Keziah. I'm the social justice intern coordinator. And I just help with logistics for events. And I'm doing a research project into like Native American and African American histories in Jacksonville.
And you might, Keziah is from Columbia.
Yes.
And her Research in Native Americans. I don't know if you want to share the significant event that happened yesterday that has an impact on Black
Yes.
history.
I believe it happened 2 or 3 days ago. So the Cherokee Nation, they owned slaves back in the 1830s and up until 1866. And the descendants of their slaves are called freedmen. And I think it was 2 or 3 days ago that this happened. The Cherokee Supreme Court, well, one of our elders in the freedmen community, Marilyn Van, is running for Cherokee Council. Cherokee freedmen just were reintroduced into their tribes. She's running for Cherokee Council, and many Cherokees who are by blood basically put up court cases against her saying that she wasn't eligible to run. So the Cherokee Nation Supreme Court ruled on basically that aspect of it. And they also in general just made a ruling saying that the word by blood would, or the verbiage by blood would be removed from the Cherokee Constitution. So now all Cherokees are equal citizens. This includes freedmen, and then they also have Shawnee who are in their tribe and Delaware. And all of those groups were like secondary citizens who didn't have equal rights. But now everyone should be equal, except for they still may not be able to run for governor. That's still up for, or they call theirs their chief. That's still up for debate. But yes, that's the big update, which it's a huge update for Cherokee freedmen. Yeah, but in the Chickasaw, Choctaw, and Creek nations, we're still not eligible for citizenship. And in the Seminole Nation, they're still second-class citizens. But yeah, that's a great update for the Cherokee Nation.
That's wonderful.
Thank you, Keziah.
All around.
And Jocelyn Mora. She may be deep into technical details.
Okay. Okay.
I'll shift over to Hunter Jones.
Oh, hang on. Hello, everyone. As Mr. Stone said, I'm Hunter Jones. I am a 2L at Florida Coastal. I just started working for the Urban League about 5 weeks ago, dealing with community engagement research, namely the conversion from septic tanks to city water. But you know, if other tasks arise, I try to pitch in as much as I can with that. But yeah, I think that's about it.
Thank you, Hunter.
So much. Okay. Okay. So Dennis has the wealth of interns that help us out at the Jacksonville Urban League, and you know, do those things that are necessary to be done, you know, in order for us, our mission to be forged forward. I wonder if Dr. Danford is still, I just want to kind of back up a little bit to see if anybody else is on the call that I may have missed, if any of the other partners were able to join us. Okay, so I do know that there's some information in the chat, but I think it's a lot of contact information for persons that want to get in touch with each other, but I will make sure that we send that information out, because we definitely want our partners to partner with one another as well as continue to partner with us. So is Dr. Danford still on the line?
Yes, I'm here, Julia.
Okay, so Dr. Danford, if you wanted to kind of wrap us up a little bit for tonight. And I do want to say that I have definitely enjoyed being the host along with all of the other hosts that's on the line. So this is just the beginning, because we do want to continue our relationship and our partnership with our partners for the apprenticeship program as we forge forward. So it's in your hands, Dr. Danford.
Well, thank you, Julia. Great job. Your first, yeah. So I'm impressed.
Oh, well, thank you.
Okay, so you know, the sky's the limit. Okay.
Okay.
But on a more serious note, I want to again welcome our partners and participants, and thank you so much for the opportunity, you know, to help our community. That's what it's all about, and we're all in the same boat, and we may have different ways of getting where we're going, but the Urban League is here to fulfill its mission of assisting African Americans and others in our communities to achieve social and economic equality. So that's very important to us. And it's very important that we have partners of the caliber that I've heard tonight. Thank you again for joining us, and we look forward to, being an asset to you. I mean, it's, we certainly want to be of help, and that's what we're striving for, because what we can do to make the folks in our communities' lives better, that's what we envision to do. That's what we're working to do. So again, thank all of you, and thank our interns for being with us tonight. Okay.
All right. Thank you very much. And you will be hearing from us soon, because we will have our 3E Empowerment Summit in the month of April. And so it is like, our theme is to educate, employ, and empower. So definitely we'll have virtual as well as on-site job fair opportunities. It'll be time for registration for our summer camp. We have 2 great locations for our summer camp and after school programming, as well as summer internships. And so I'll be talking to some of our partners to see if there's an opportunity for us to place some of our interns, in your businesses for a period of 6 weeks, because we hire interns, those young people that are between the ages of 16 and 21, to make sure that they have that hands-on work experience. So you'll definitely be hearing from us, and we'll send out a calendar of opportunities for our Fort Caroline Empowerment Center, because we're starting to do a lot of things in the Fort Caroline, Arlington area. And our address is 5543 Fort Caroline Road. So you will definitely get a calendar that we can have some on-site opportunities and invite the community. So with that being said, if there's nothing else for tonight, I do want to, as Dr. Dampert said, thank everyone for sharing with us tonight. Thank our live audience out there on Facebook, and thank the audience that's here in front of us. And you will be hearing from us soon. So good night, everyone.
Thank you. Take care.
Okay, thank you. Good night.
Thank you and good night.